So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. Today we are going to create a simple animation, and right now you can see what we are going to be doing. So this is very easy, but what we are going to do is we are going to animate this stuff, so it's going to be always rotated the same way, okay? So yeah, this is what we are going to be doing, and right now we can start. Alright, so right now I'm on the site Freepik, and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to very quickly create right now. So if you want to skip this part, you can go directly to the Adobe After Effects. But yeah, all you need to do is click download, then go with the pre-download and just save this. I will hit cancel because I already saved this, and yeah. One thing that I want to mention is that if you want to use this commercially, or maybe even not commercially, you will have to attribute the author, or you can go premium on the Freepik, but it's very cheap. Or you can use any other vectors or anything. But yeah, I will go to the place where I have my zip file, and let me just delete this like so. And I am going to have a zip file like this, and all you need to do is right click, choose extract here, and you can double click on this EPUB file, and it is going to open you this in Adobe Illustrator. If not, you can just drag the EPUB file to the Adobe Illustrator once you open this, and it is going to open you this. Now, if I click on this, I can see that it is all connected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and right now I'm going to have this separated. I'm going to create new document, Control N, Command N, and I'm going to go with 1920 by 1080, which is like full HD, and I want this to be like for web RGB 72 pixels, so this is just a default, but Adobe Illustrator sometimes change how this looks, but yeah, and I'm just going to click create. Now I will go to this Freepik file, and I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to drag it to the new document that we have created. Let me do this one more time, like so, and yeah. Now I'm going to scale this with shift to stay proportional, and with alt or option to go from the center, and yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and it is all connected, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup. And right now I am going to have this separated from the background, so yeah, and I can get rid of this background like so. Now, once I have separated this from the background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, and I will go to the align, and I'm going to choose align to artboard, and I'm going to align this horizontally, and I'm going to align this vertically like so. So right now this is going to be exactly in the center. Maybe you do not want to have this exactly in the center, but it's important to align this to the center in Adobe Illustrator, and later on in Adobe After Effects we can reposition this. But if I would have this like right now somewhere here, that would be an issue. So yeah, I want this to be aligned, and yeah. Now if we want, we can scale this. So one more time, I can just go with shift to stay proportional, and alt or option to go from the center. So maybe something like this, okay. And I am going to also scale the background. So I will just go like this with the alt, like so, okay. And the same thing I'm going to do like this. The background is not that important. We can create the background in Adobe After Effects. Now, one more time, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and right now I have separated this from this kind of background. I may delete this, but I will see. But yeah, this is still connected, so I will one more time right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and if I try to move this, it is disconnected from these white parts, so I am going to delete them. And right now, hopefully last time, I am just going to right click, and I am going to choose ungroup, and right now we are going to have everything separated like so. Now I can go to the layers, and if you cannot see align layers or anything, your Adobe Illustrator may look a little bit different. You can always go to the window, and you can always get the align layers and so on. But yeah, I will go to the layers, and I have everything in the layer 1, and I can open the layer 1, and I'm going to have this like so. For the moment, I'm going to make my layers a little bit bigger, so I will click these 3 lines. I will go to the panel option, I will go to the other, and I will choose maybe 80 like so. This will just make the layers visually a little bit bigger. And I would like to get rid of this background, and maybe not all of this, but only this part, the shadow. I can keep the lines, so I can open this in the layers, and the one part is this line and one part is this shadow, so I can get rid of this shadow, but that's optional, or you can get rid of all of that, but I am going to keep this like so. And yeah, so now what I can do, I can one more time make my layers a little bit smaller, so I can go maybe with 40, but that really doesn't matter. And what I'm going to do is I will click on the layer 1, I will click these 3 lines, and I'm going to choose release to layers. And right now I am going to be able to select all of them with the shift and drag them outside of the layer 1. Right now we have all of them on the separated layers, and the layer 1 is empty, so I can delete this. It's empty because we put everything away. So yeah, I'm going to have this like so, and I want this I had to align all of these before ungrouping to the center. That's important because in the Adobe After Effects we are going to create a null object which is going to be in the center, but you will see. But yeah, right now I am going to save this, and I am going to provide you this file, and I will see you in Adobe After Effects in the moment. Alright, so right now I'm in the Adobe After Effects, and all I am going to do is I will go to the place where I have my Illustrator file. And by the way, in the Illustrator, when you go with save and you choose your location, there are some options how to save this, but you want to keep this as a default, you do not want to change anything. But yeah, I'm going to have an Illustrator file, and basically I'm going to drag it somewhere here like so. Let me do this one more time. So I will just drag it like so, and this is going to give me some options. I want this to be composition, I want this to be layer size, and I'm just going to click OK. Now I can double click on this composition, and it is going to open me this like so. The bottom layer is going to be background. I can rename this with enter to be BG like so, and this one is going to be the line, so I can go with enter, and this is going to be the line. You can accidentally double click, or sometimes even with the enter it's going to open you something like this. You can just close this like so, and I'm going to select the line and the background, and I'm going to lock them because I do not want to accidentally move them. The other layers I am not going to rename except of this one, so I am going to go with enter. It can open like so, so I will go one more time. I will go with enter, and I'm going to call this to be hair, for example, and I'm going to put it to the top like so. The other layers, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them. I'm not going to rename them, but I will at least click on this color, and I'm going to change this maybe to orange just to visually see which one is which one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layer, I will go to the new, and I'm going to choose null object like so, and it is going to create me this null object with the anchor point in the center. And that's why I want to have everything in the center, because I'm going to parent everything to this null object. But yeah, so I'm going to select everything, not everything, but all of the stuff which is around, but I do not want to select the background, I do not want to select the line. Maybe I want to select the line because the line should also rotate. So I'm going to unlock the line and I'm going to select everything which is around and the line. So everything except the head and background. And I'm going to parent it like so to this null object. There is this option toggle switch is mode, but in both of them you should have the option to parent. So yeah. And now what I'm going to do is I will go to the null object and I will go with R for the rotation, and I can right now rotate this like so, and yeah. So basically I am going to create the keyframe on the rotation. I will move maybe to 8 seconds, and I am going to change the left side of this to 1. This means one whole rotation. So right now if I go with the space, basically this is what I'm going to have, and create something like this is very simple. But right now what can we do to make this to make them not rotate with this rotation? Maybe there are other better ways, I don't know, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of them, all of the ones that I have as the orange one, all of them which are like around, and I'm going to go with R for the rotation, and I'm going to create the keyframe, and I will go to the same place where I have the keyframe of the null object, and I am going to set all of them to be -1 like so. So it is going to create the full rotation to the opposite direction. And right now what's going to happen is that it is going to delete the rotation, because the whole null object is going to rotate to the right, all of the stuff is going to rotate to the left, and we are going to end up with something like this, which is not going to rotate. Let me go back. I will go back and I will go back. You may have a little issue. This also depends on the vector and so on. If I'm going to click on this stuff, there is this option for the anchor point, and maybe for some of them what you can do is you can go with the pan behind tool, or you can go with the Y in here, and you can select the one that you want, and you can move the anchor point a little bit somewhere that you want. So I am not going to play with that, but I can just show you that it is not going to ruin this. But yeah, so this is just the place around which they are going to be rotating. So this, as I said, depends on the artwork, but yeah, I just wanted to show you. And one more time, I'm going to select all of them like so. I'm going to create the keyframe for the rotation. I will go in here, and maybe if I want to have the 2 rotations, I can go with -2 like so, and I can move all of this somewhere here, and this keyframe I am going to move in here, the null object, and I can change this to be number 2. So right now we are going to have this 2 times, so I am going to go like this, and basically this is what we are going to have. And if you want, you can of course play with the scale of them. So maybe I can click on this one, and I can go with S for the scale, and I can go maybe somewhere here, and I can create the keyframe for the scale, and I can move like maybe 20 frames with the shift and page down, and I can make this a little bit bigger. But right now this would be a little bit issue because this is right now not a vector. It is going to like get blurry if I'm going to scale this, so I wouldn't scale this too much. Or what you could do, but this is not for this tutorial, you could go like right click, create shapes from the vector layer, and right now this would be like a vector, and in that case you would be able to scale this and animate this. But yeah, I am not going to play with that, so I am going to delete this, and I am also not going to play with the scale. I just wanted to show you that there is this option, but yeah, that's maybe for other tutorial, so I will just delete this, and I am going to keep this as it is. So I just wanted to show you that there are many animations like so, but if you want to keep the rotation like this is one of the options that you can do. Now the last thing that I can show you is how you can export this. You probably know, but I will show for some of you who may not know. But before of that, if anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, so first thing that we are going to do is we are going to make the animation a little bit we are going to cut this animation, because we do not want to have this to be 30 seconds because we have the animation only 15 seconds. So I'm going to zoom out like so, and I'm going to drag this work area, and I'm going to put it to the place where I want. So I can go maybe in here, or you can just go with the shortcut, so you can position yourself where you want, and you can go with N, okay, and I am going to right click, and I'm going to choose trim comp to work area, and basically this is what we are going to have. And now you can of course save this, but you do not need to save this to export this. And I will go, but I recommend you to save this, but I am not going to save this right now. But I will go to the file, I will go to the export, and I will go add to Adobe Media Encoder queue. There is also option add to render queue, which is directed to in the Adobe After Effects, but I never use this. I always go with Adobe Media Encoder. The rendering directly in the Adobe After Effects doesn't have good options, so yeah. So it is going to open new media encoder, and for the moment this can be empty. I have something from the past project, so I can remove that like so, okay. But this can be a little bit it can take a few moments to open media encoder, and it can take a few moments to get you your project in here. And in here you want to have this as H264. This is like the standard standard MP4. In here we have some video settings, but it is fine as a default, so I am not going to go in there. And I will just click in here, and I'm going to choose where I want to save this, so I can go. Yeah, I will just choose the place where I want to render this, so I will very quickly click my way to the place where I want to have this. So I can go in here, and I'm going to create new folder which I'm going to call render, for example, and I am just going to save this, and I am just going to click this little arrow, and it is going to start me the render. And depending on your PC, on your animation, this can take few moments, but in my case it's going to be pretty quick. And yeah, and right now I can go to the place where I have that animation, so I am going to have this in here, and I can just open this like so. I can put this on the repeat, and basically this is what we are going to have. So yeah, this is it, this is all. I just wanted to show you something like this, and yeah, so I hope that you will be able to use this in your projects. And yeah, thank you, have a nice day, and goodbye.